The moment the alien doctor scanned my DNA, the entire room went silent. Not the normal kind of silence, the dangerous kind. Her pale violet fingers froze above the holographic screen. The glowing spiral of my DNA rotated slowly in the air between us, casting blue light across the sterile walls of the Imperial Medical Wing. Then something strange happened. The doctor didn't gasp. She didn't look confused. She went pale. And when an alien with skin like polished silver turns pale, you know something is very wrong. "This can't be correct," she whispered. Behind her, the tall golden doors of the chamber slid open with a soft mechanical hiss. Guards in black armor stepped aside as the Queen herself entered. I had only seen her in galactic broadcasts before. The ruler of half the Orion systems. The most powerful being in the Empire. Her presence made the air feel heavier. "What is the delay?" the Queen asked calmly. The doctor hesitated. Then she slowly turned the holographic DNA strand toward the Queen. "My Empress, you need to see this." The Queen stepped forward. For a moment she studied the glowing genetic code. Symbols and alien markers flickered rapidly along the helix. Then something impossible happened. Her expression changed. Not anger. Not curiosity. Fear. The Queen of an entire interstellar empire looked at my DNA, and took a step back. "That sequence," she murmured. Her eyes slowly lifted to meet mine. "Where did you get this human?" The doctor's voice trembled. "My Empress, according to the scan." She swallowed. "This DNA belongs to the Imperial Bloodline." The room erupted with shocked whispers. But the Queen raised her hand. Silence returned instantly. Then she said the words that made my stomach drop. "Impossible. Because the last royal heir died 20 years ago. And somehow my DNA said otherwise." For a few seconds, no one in the Imperial Medical Chamber moved. The glowing DNA helix continued to rotate slowly between us, its light reflecting across the Queen's pale face. Every alien guard in the room had gone completely still, their weapons lowered but ready. I didn't understand what was happening. "I think there's been some kind of mistake," I said carefully. "I'm just a human from Earth." No one answered. Instead, the doctor began typing rapidly on the holographic console. Streams of alien symbols poured across the floating screen as the system ran deeper scans. Running full genomic verification, she muttered nervously. A sharp beep echoed through the chamber. The doctor froze. Then another screen appeared beside the DNA strand, this one showing a golden imperial crest glowing over my genetic code. The Queen's voice cut through the room. "Match percentage?" The doctor hesitated. 99.98%, Your Majesty." The guards shifted uneasily. The Queen stepped closer to me now, studying my face with unsettling intensity. "You don't know what you are, do you?" she asked quietly. "I'm pretty sure I'm human," I replied. For the first time, the Queen almost smiled, but there was no warmth in it. "Human, yes," she said. "But also something much more dangerous." The doctor suddenly gasped. "My Empress, there's another marker hidden in the sequence." The Queen's eyes sharpened. "Show me." The holographic display zoomed deep into my DNA structure. A section of the strand glowed bright crimson as encrypted alien code began unlocking layer by layer. The doctor's voice dropped to a whisper. "This isn't just royal DNA." She looked at me like I was a walking catastrophe. "This is the prime heir sequence." The Queen went completely still. Because that sequence belonged to only one person in the entire galaxy. The child who was supposed to inherit the throne. The one who vanished 20 years ago during the Imperial Catastrophe. Slowly, the Queen spoke. "But that child," her voice hardened, "was assassinated. And now every eye in the room was staring at me like I had just come back from the dead. The word assassinated hung in the air like a blade. Every guard in the Imperial chamber tightened their grip on their weapons, as if I might suddenly become dangerous. I raised my hands slowly. Look. I don't know what any of this means. I grew up on Earth. Normal life. Normal parents. The doctor looked at me with a strange mixture of fascination and fear. My Empress, if the prime heir sequence is active, there is only one explanation. The Queen didn't answer immediately. Instead, she walked slowly around me, studying me from every angle. Her eyes were sharp, calculating, like she was examining a puzzle that had suddenly come back to life. You say you are from Earth, she said quietly. Yes. Born there. As far as I know. The doctor suddenly spoke again. There's something else in the scan. She expanded another layer of the holographic DNA. A faint symbol appeared deep inside the strand, a symbol shaped like a small crown surrounded by unfamiliar alien characters. The doctor's voice trembled. This is a memory seal. The Queen's expression darkened instantly. Who placed it? I don't know, the doctor admitted. But it's extremely advanced. Someone locked away a portion of his genetic memory. Genetic memory? I repeated. The Queen finally stopped pacing and looked directly into my eyes. In our species, she said, royal heirs carry encoded ancestral memories within their DNA. Knowledge, history, identity. My stomach tightened. And mine are locked. Yes. The doctor hesitated before continuing. And the seal is beginning to weaken. Right on cue, the holographic DNA strand flickered violently. A sharp pulse of crimson light burst across the screen. Suddenly a strange pressure filled my head. Images flashed in my mind. A burning palace. Alien soldiers storming golden halls. Someone running while carrying a small child. And a voice whispering urgently. Protect the heir. I staggered backward. What was that? The doctor stared at the monitor in shock. My Empress. The Queen didn't look surprised. If anything, she looked afraid. His memories, she said slowly, are waking up. The images vanished as quickly as they appeared. But the echo of them remained inside my head. Fire. Screaming. A collapsing palace made of gold and crystal. I grabbed the edge of the medical table to steady myself. What just happened to me? The alien doctor was staring at the holographic screen like it had just broken the laws of reality. Your genetic memory seal just partially activated, she whispered. The Queen stepped closer immediately. What did he see? I tried to focus. The images were blurry now, like a dream fading after waking up. A palace, I said slowly. It was burning, soldiers everywhere, someone was carrying a child. The room went silent again. The doctor's eyes widened. That matches the historical records of the Imperial Catastrophe. My heart skipped. The assassination night, the Queen added quietly. I looked at her. You mean the night the royal heir died? The Queen didn't answer directly. Instead, she turned toward the doctor. How strong is the memory seal? Extremely strong, the doctor said. Whoever created it didn't want the heir to remember anything until the DNA was reactivated. Reactivated by what? I asked. The doctor hesitated. By proximity to the Imperial genome scanner. Which meant the moment they scanned my DNA. The lock started breaking. The Queen slowly folded her arms, thinking. Someone hid the royal heir on Earth, she murmured. Not just hid him, the doctor added nervously. They erased his identity and sealed his memories inside his DNA. I felt a chill crawl down my spine. You're saying I'm that child? Neither of them answered. But their silence said enough. Then suddenly one of the guards rushed forward. My Empress. What is it? Emergency transmission from the Imperial Intelligence Network. The guard looked uneasy. They've detected the prime heir DNA signal. The doctor's face went pale. That's impossible, only the scanner here could detect it. The guard shook his head. Not anymore. The Queen's expression hardened. Who else knows? The guard swallowed. According to the signal trace. He looked directly at me. The assassins who tried to kill the heir 20 years ago. And now they knew exactly where I was. The alarm started screaming through the Imperial station. Red lights flashed across the medical chamber walls as a robotic voice echoed through the corridors. Security alert. Unauthorized fleet entering Imperial space. My heart dropped. That didn't take long, the Queen said coldly. The doctor rushed to the holographic console, pulling up a star map of the surrounding sector. Several red dots appeared on the display, moving rapidly toward the station. They're already here, she whispered. I stared at the screen. Who are they? The Queen didn't sugarcoat it. The people who murdered your family. A chill ran through my entire body. The guards immediately activated their energy rifles. My Empress, we must evacuate, one of them said. But the Queen was still staring at the map. No, she said quietly. Not yet. The doctor turned toward her in disbelief. Your Majesty, if they capture him. They won't. Then the Queen looked directly at me again, as if she was measuring something deep inside my soul. For 20 years, she said slowly, the galaxy believed the royal bloodline ended. Her voice hardened. But if the heir is truly alive. She reached forward and touched the holographic DNA strand still floating beside me. Then the Empire finally has a future. Suddenly the entire station shook violently. A massive explosion echoed somewhere in the distance. The guard's communicator crackled. Outer defense grid destroyed. Enemy ships breaching docking ring. The doctor's hand started shaking. They're attacking an Imperial station, that means. They know exactly who is here, the Queen finished. Another explosion thundered through the structure. The lights flickered. I felt another strange pulse inside my head. More memories tried to surface, but something was still holding them back. The Queen suddenly turned to the guards. Prepare the escape route. The doctor looked stunned. You're taking him to the Royal Vault ship. The Queen nodded once. It's the only place left that can unlock the rest of his memories. Then she looked back at me. But if we're too late. Her eyes darkened. The assassins won't just kill you. They'll erase the last royal bloodline in the universe. Another explosion rocked the station. The floor beneath us trembled as pieces of the ceiling cracked and small fragments fell to the ground. The emergency lights painted the entire medical chamber in flashing red. We're out of time, one of the guards warned. The Queen turned sharply. Take him through Corridor 7. That route connects to the royal hangar. 2 armored guards immediately moved to my sides. Wait, I said, confused and overwhelmed. You're sending me away. What about you? The Queen gave a calm but cold smile. I built this empire. I can defend it for a few more minutes. The doctor quickly grabbed a small metallic device from the console and pressed it into my hand. This is a genetic key, she said urgently. When you reach the Royal Vault ship, place this into the control console. What will it do? I asked. It will unlock the rest of your sealed memories. Before I could ask anything else, another violent shockwave hit the station. A deep metallic voice suddenly echoed through the corridor outside. Heavy footsteps. Not guards. Something bigger. One of the Imperial soldiers checked the scanner on his wrist. His face immediately turned pale. My Empress. What is it? They're not sending normal assassins. The scanner screen displayed a single word. Executioner unit. The doctor gasped. That's impossible. Those were destroyed years ago. The guard shook his head slowly. Not all of them. Then the massive doors at the end of the hallway began bending inward. Metal screamed as something incredibly powerful forced its way through. The Queen's expression turned deadly serious. Go, she ordered the guards. They grabbed my arm and started pulling me toward the escape corridor. Behind us, the doors finally exploded open. A towering black armored figure stepped through the smoke. Its glowing red eyes locked directly onto me. A mechanical voice echoed through the hall. Target confirmed, Imperial Heir. The Queen stepped forward, blocking its path. If you want him. Her energy blade ignited with a burst of blue light. You'll have to go through me first. The executioner unit stepped fully into the corridor. It was massive, nearly twice the height of a normal soldier. Black armor covered its body like a walking fortress, and the red glow of its eyes cut through the smoke-filled hallway. Its metallic voice echoed again. Primary objective, eliminate Imperial Heir. Behind me, the guards pulled harder. We have to move now. But I couldn't stop looking back. The Queen stood alone in the hallway, her glowing blue energy blade humming in the darkness. The executioner raised its arm. A heavy cannon unfolded from its wrist. Boom. The blast shook the corridor, but the Queen moved faster than I thought possible. She deflected the energy shot with her blade, sparks exploding across the walls. Go, she shouted again. The guards dragged me into the escape corridor, the heavy door sliding shut behind us with a loud metallic slam. But even through the sealed door, we could hear the fight. Explosions. Metal crashing. Energy weapons firing. The station trembled violently as we ran through the narrow passageways. Where are we going? I asked breathlessly. Royal Hangar, one guard replied. The vault ship is waiting. We turned a corner and rushed down another corridor when suddenly every alarm in the station changed pitch. A new warning filled the air. Internal security breach detected. The guards stopped running. That's impossible, one of them muttered. The only people with internal access are. Before he finished the sentence, a figure stepped out of the shadows ahead. A tall alien officer wearing the golden uniform of the Imperial High Council. The guards immediately froze. Lord Kale, one of them said in disbelief. The officer smiled calmly. I was wondering how long it would take you to reach this corridor. My stomach tightened. You know him? I asked. The guard's voice was tense. He's one of the Queen's closest advisors. Lord Kale's smile widened slightly. Yes, he said softly. I was. Then he looked directly at me. And 20 years ago. I was the one who ordered the Heir's assassination. The corridor suddenly felt much colder. Because the enemy we were running from had been inside the Empire the entire time. For a moment, no one moved. The corridor lights flickered above us, casting long shadows across the metallic walls. Lord Kale stood calmly in front of the exit path, his golden Imperial Council uniform glowing faintly in the emergency lighting. One of the guards raised his rifle. Traitor, he growled. Kale didn't even flinch. Yes, he replied smoothly. That word has been used before. My mind was racing. You tried to kill me? I asked. Kale's cold eyes met mine. Tried, he said with a faint smile. No. I succeeded. The guards shifted uneasily. But the records say the Heir died, one of them said. Kale nodded. Exactly. Then he slowly began walking toward us. 20 years ago, the Empire was weak. Your royal bloodline believed in peace, diplomacy, unity. His voice grew colder. But peace makes empires fragile. One guard tightened his grip on his weapon. "Stop right there." Kale ignored him completely. "So I did what had to be done," he continued. "I ended the royal line, and prepared to take control of the empire myself." My chest tightened. "But something went wrong," I said. Kale's eyes narrowed slightly. "Yes," he admitted. "Someone interfered." The corridor lights flickered again. "Your mother," he said quietly. The words hit me like a shockwave. "She escaped the palace with you during the assassination night. My forces hunted her across 3 star systems." My head began throbbing again. More flashes of memory exploded in my mind. A woman holding me tightly. Running through burning halls. Whispering softly. "You must survive." I stumbled slightly. The guard grabbed my arm. "Easy." Kale noticed immediately. His smile grew darker. "Ah," he said. "Your memories are returning." Then he slowly raised a small device in his hand. The guards instantly aimed their rifles. "What is that?" one demanded. Kale's voice was calm. "A genetic disruptor." My stomach dropped. "It's designed specifically for royal DNA." He pointed it directly at me. "And this time." His finger moved toward the trigger. "The heir will not escape." Kale pulled the trigger. A pulse of crimson energy shot across the corridor straight toward me. "Down!" one of the guards shouted. He shoved me sideways just as the blast struck the wall behind us, melting the metal surface like it was nothing. The corridor filled with smoke. The guards fired immediately. Blue energy bolts streaked toward Kale, but he moved with frightening speed, activating a shimmering shield around his body. The shots exploded harmlessly against it. "Pathetic," Kale said calmly. Another blast from the genetic disruptor tore through the hallway. One of the guards collapsed, his armor smoking. "No!" the other guard roared. He charged forward, firing continuously to keep Kale back. Several Imperial guards followed her. When she saw Kale trapped on the ground, her expression hardened. "So," she said quietly. "The traitor finally reveals himself." Kale tried to laugh, but the Imperial energy tightened around him. "You think this changes anything?" he said bitterly. "Empires fall. Power always finds a new ruler." The Queen ignored him. Instead, she walked toward me. For a moment, she simply looked at my face, studying me carefully. Then something unexpected happened. The most powerful ruler in the galaxy slowly knelt. The guards behind her immediately followed. "My emperor," she said with calm respect. The words echoed through the ruined hallway. I stood there, stunned. An emperor? That was never supposed to be my life. But as I looked around, the Imperial soldiers, the glowing symbols, the defeated traitor, I realized something. This wasn't just about a throne. It was about the future of an entire empire. Kale stared at me with hatred. "You can rule today," he spat. "But the galaxy is full of enemies. They will come for you." I looked down at him calmly. "Then let them come. Because the lost heir of the empire was lost no more."